First of all praise to the Father Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakadash. Shabbat Shalom to all the brothers and sisters in recognition to observing this day for worship of the Most High. Sundown this evening to sundown tomorrow evening. My people, let's get some rest, worship, and praise in to the Father Yahweh in Yahweh Shai's name, because it is a commandment throughout all of our dwellings, and because he's more than worthy of such. Okay. Last Sunday, I did a video about, what NASA was speaking about, a cigar-shaped UFO of some sort coming to this earth. And I likened it to Wormwood, and that's basically what this lesson is going to be about today. Wormwood and the Mark of the Beast 666 connection, okay, here in these end days. This particular picture that you see is actually, when I was looking for that cigar-shaped ship, I found the ship and everything, and like I said, it reminded me of Wormwood. I also found this picture right here of some sort of wormhole in the cosmos. And it was only one picture. This is only one picture, but being that this wormhole, the way it's formed, it looked like a 6. So I decided to put 3 of these pictures together, and you see what it makes. 666. Okay. Now, this is actually, it said, the mark of the beast, 666. And I found that very, very interesting. You see, this picture was taken by some satellite in the cosmos. Okay. And it was only one picture. Just block these 2 out. But my thing is this: why would this thing be like this if this devil, the number of his name is not already here in these days, these latter times, which is known in the Bible as Revelations? Okay, this is why I say the 6th vial. Well, first the 6th trump, the 6th seal, and the 6th vial has been poured out on the earth. Okay, 6th trump, 6th seal, and the 6th vial has been poured out on the earth. And that's just what it is, people. So this is what I'm talking about by being prepared and getting ourselves ready and repenting, because time is running short. There's no more time for procrastination. Everything gonna be all right, and we can see the writing is on the wall. Everything is going from bad to worse. When you look around, there's nothing is getting better. Okay, and it's been just ever since, well, the V before the Axe was implemented. Okay, the V before the Axe was implemented. Things have been going downhill ever since. Okay, so we're going to get into the Most High's word. We're dealing with Wormwood that was actually implemented way back in the Old Testament, when it was referring to our ancestors. Wormwood, yeah, our ancestors, our people and our prophets. Okay, that's what Wormwood was all about. But Wormwood will resurface here in these end times, and here it is. We're going to get to that as far as Revelation go, and also, into this 666. Okay, but before we do, let's stop by Peter right quick, and it's 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 17, and it reads, "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh." It has been said at the house of Israel. Okay, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be for them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh? Question. Okay, so the thing is that judgment begin at the house of Israel, at the house of Yahweh, because we refuse, back like in Deuteronomy 28, we refuse to obey the Most High's word and live according to the way his word told us to live. Okay? So what did the Most High do? He put wormwood on our people. And we're going to cover that in Jeremiah. But before we do, let's read this. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 14. If ye be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of Yahweh resteth upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody on other men's matters. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify Yahweh on this behalf. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Question. Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of Yahweh commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing as unto a faithful creator. You see, well, first you got to repent to get to this point right here and start living in the way the Most High intended for you to walk and told you to walk. That's what it is. Now, for these ones that refuse to do that, even if it's our people, you see, that's where it all started at, with our people. Wormwood, okay? And wormwood means destruction. Let's go over in Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 15. This is where it reads. We're going to start here at 1. Look here. Oh, that my head were waters, and mine eyes a fountain of tears, that I might weep day and night for the slain of the daughters of my people. Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them. For they be all adulterers, an assembly of treacherous men. These are our ancestors right here, okay? And they bend their tongues like their bow for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth upon earth. For they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith the Lord. Take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother, for every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders. Lies on you, telling lies on you and everything. See, this is what brought about this wormwood on our people, okay? Our wormwood is all about us going into captivity, scattered abroad to the heathen, okay? All of us. Let's continue. Verse 5, and they will deceive every one his neighbor, and will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongue to speak lies, and wearied themselves to commit iniquity. Thine habitation is in the midst of deceit. Through deceit they refuse to know me, saith the Lord. Therefore thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, I will melt them and try them. For how shall I do for the daughter of my people? Question. Their tongue is as an arrow shot out. It speaketh deceit. One speaketh peacefully to his neighbor with his mouth, but in his heart he layeth his weight. Okay? They're very, very deceptive, full of hate. Okay? Shall I not visit them with these things, saith the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? He's talking about his own people. Okay? For the mountains will take up a weeping and wailing, and for the habitations of the wilderness a lamentation, because they are burned up, so that none can pass through them, neither can men hear the voice of the cattle. Both the fowl of the heavens and the beast are fled. They are gone. And I will make Jerusalem heaps and a den of dragons. And I will make the cities of Judah desolate without inhabitants. Okay? This is when we lost our home. Okay? Look here. Verse 12. Who is the wise man that may understand this question? And who is he to whom the mouth of the Lord hath spoken, that he may declare it? For what the land perished, and is burned up like a wilderness, that none passes through? Question. And the Lord said, because they have forsaken my law, which I set before them, and have not obeyed my voice, neither walked therein. Okay? But have walked after the imaginations of their own heart, and after Balaam, which their fathers taught them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will feed them, even this people, with wormwood, and give them water of gall to drink. I will scatter them also among the heathen, whom neither they nor their fathers have known, and I will send a sword after them till I have consumed them. Okay, this is what this has all been about, people. It goes back to Deuteronomy 28. You know, blessing and curses. Our ancestor chose curses, and here we be to this day. Okay, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider ye, and call for the mourning women, that they may come, and send for cunning women, that they may come, and let them make haste and take up a wailing for us, that our eyes may run down with tears, and our eyelids gush out with water, or waters. For a voice of wailing is heard out of Zion. How are we spoiled? We are greatly confounded, because we have forsaken the land, because our dwellings have cast us out. Okay? Yet hear the word of the Lord, O ye women, and let your ear receive the word of his mouth, and teach your daughters wailing, and every one her neighbor lamentations. For death is come up into our windows, and is entered into our places, to cut off the children from without, and the young men from the streets. Speak thus saith the Lord, even the carcass of men shall fall as dung upon the open field, and as a handful after the harvestmen, and none shall gather them. Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich glory in his riches, but let him that glorifieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised. Okay? Circumcision means of the heart, people. A change of mind, being reconverted to the way the Most High said to walk. Okay, now we know the uncircumcised people are the heathen, who we've been scattered among. All right, but if you are circumcised and you walking with the heathen, meaning if you basically take his way of thinking, his way of living, his way of life, then guess what? You're going to be destroyed with him. Okay, verse 26. Egypt and Judah and Edom, and the children of Ammon and Moab, and all that are in the utmost corners that dwell in the wilderness, for all these nations are uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in the heart. Okay, so this is what this been all about. The Most High said he was going to give our people wormwood, and that's what this whole thing been about our destruction. You know, us going down and why things are the way it is to this day. Okay. This even went to the prophets, the prophets that even taught wrong, okay, among our people. Jeremiah 23 verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. Therefore thus saith the Lord of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord. This is yet to come, okay? Verse 5, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. This is the Hamashiach, okay? The house of David is where he comes out of, the seed of, of David, okay? In his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name, whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which he led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. Mine heart within me is broken because of the prophets, okay? These liars, these teachers, these hirelings, okay? That's just basically teach for profits, money itself, okay? Apostates, fakes. All my bones shake. I am like a drunken man, and like a man whom wine hath overcome, because of the Lord, and because of the words of his holiness. For the land is full of adulterers, for because of swearing the land mourneth. The pleasant places of the wilderness are dried up, and their course is evil, and their force is not right. For both prophet and priest are profane. Ye in my house have I found their wickedness, saith the Lord. Wherefore their way shall be unto them as slippery ways in the darkness. They shall be driven on and fall therein. For I will bring evil upon them, even the year of their visitation, saith the Lord. And I have seen the folly in the prophets of Samaria. They prophesied in Baal, and caused my people Israel to err. See, they liken to the heathen, you know what I mean, that we were driven among. They're no better, okay? Verse 14, I have seen also in the prophets of Jerusalem an horrible thing. They commit adultery and walk in lies. They strengthen also the hands of the evildoers, that none doth return from his wickedness. They are all of them unto me as Sodom, and the inhabitants thereof as Gomorrah. Okay. Now for them being this way, this is what the Most High says in verse 15 here. Therefore thus saith the Lord of hosts concerning the prophets, behold, I will feed them with what? Wormwood, and make them drink the waters of gall. For from the prophets of Jerusalem is profaneness gone forth into all the land. Okay, see, you got wormwood again. See, so this is what wormwood means, basically destruction, okay, that the Most High bring upon you. when you refuse to walk in his laws and his statutes and his commandments, his ways, and when you reject him, okay? And it's coming back around, okay? Now this is for the nations, okay? Remember, it says right here in 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17, that, judgment starts at the house of Yahweh, which is house of Israel, okay? Now, Revelation chapter 8, verse 11. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of waters become wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. Why were they made bitter? They were made bitter simply because the same thing that happened back in here in 1 Peter. They refused to walk in the Most High's ways. That's why. Most High ain't playing. Okay, so we're going to start here in Revelation chapter 8, verse 8. And the second angel sounded, and as it were a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea. And the third part of the sea became blood. And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died. And the third part of the ships were destroyed. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp. And it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died in the waters because they were made bitter. Now, wormwood in this case right here, I believe, is the Antichrist. Okay, this is what I believe. Wormwood is where the Most High is sending upon the people in these end times. Okay, and the waters are the people itself. Okay. Now, verse 12 it reads, "And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, so as the third part of them was darkened, and the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound." Okay, now then where he said whoa, 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 well, that's the same thing it says about when the dragon in heaven actually went up against when Michael and his angels, and Michael and his angels basically prevailed and kicked Satan and his angels out of heaven. That actually happened, people. So that's why I say, and as they said the same thing, I'm paraphrasing right now, I haven't found the scripture, but he said the same thing. It's peace in heaven now, but woe to the inhabitants of the earth. And it's saying the same thing right here. So that's why I liken wormwood in this particular aspect right here to the Antichrist, the devil himself. Okay. And here in Revelation chapter 13, verse 11, here it is with the 666, okay? "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed." Okay, "and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth and in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live." Okay. Verse 15, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, a lot of people think this is the chip, but like I said, I think this mark, the first aspect of the mark is the DNA, messing with the DNA, people. Okay, and that no man might buy, sell, or trade, might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, here's the wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay, that's 666. That's here, people. And I think it got here when they altered the DNA V before the X. Okay, that's when it happened. All right, and that's what it all boils down to. Now, here in Revelations, hey, you can't bow down to this right here, because the Most High said this. Revelations 22 verse 12. The Hamashiach is speaking. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be. Okay? So basically, whatever your works have been, that's what you're going to get. If you're bowing down worshiping this devil, well, you're going to reap, destruction. If you've been worshiping the Most High and you have repented, then you're going to be saved. That's basically what it all boils down to. This right here is real, people. This is real. So understand where I'm coming from when I say this about this wormhole that I found. 666 is already here. The mark of the beast, well, the sixth trump, the sixth seal, and the sixth vial has been poured out on the earth. Time to quit messing around and repent. That's all I got on this lesson, people. I hope I said something to stimulate your spiritual growth, and I hope you found the lesson edifying. All praise to the Father Yahweh in Yahweh's name. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.